12 Rules for Life. Introduction: A Guide to Navigating Life. Life often feels chaotic, overwhelming, and riddled with unspoken rules that leave us guessing. Wouldn't it be easier if there was a simple manual to guide us through it all? Jordan B. Peterson believes there is, and he distilled these insights into 12 Rules for Life, a guide to living meaningfully, cultivating order, and thriving amid life's inevitable chaos. Drawing from philosophy, psychology, mythology, and his own experiences, Peterson offers 12 practical principles for building a purposeful and fulfilling life. This book isn't about quick fixes or superficial self-help slogans. Instead, it invites readers to confront uncomfortable truths, embrace responsibility, and find beauty in life's smallest moments. Along the way, Peterson draws surprising parallels, showing us how lobsters can teach us about confidence, flowers about life's meaning, and skateboarders about the value of risk. This summary explores each of these 12 rules, offering insights on how to confront life's struggles with resilience, pursue self-improvement, and ultimately find joy. Through this journey, you'll uncover lessons that are practical, thought-provoking, and deeply transformative. Chapter 1. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Lobsters, barnyard chickens, and humans might seem like an odd trio, but they share a surprising similarity: a natural tendency to form hierarchies. This instinct, often referred to as the pecking order, dictates social dominance and access to resources. Lobsters, for example, engage in territorial battles, with winners securing the best shelters and increased serotonin levels, which enhance confidence and promote better posture. Losers, however, adopt timid postures and avoid future conflict, reinforcing a cycle of defeat. Humans, too, are affected by similar biological and social dynamics. Confident individuals often carry themselves with an upright posture that signals self-assurance and strength, while those burdened by stress or defeat may slouch, reflecting low confidence. Peterson argues that body language doesn't just reflect our inner state, it actively shapes it. By standing tall and adopting a confident posture, we signal to ourselves and others that we are capable and ready to face challenges. But this rule isn't just about physical stance, it's about psychological resilience. Standing up straight symbolizes a refusal to yield to life's chaos and adversity. It's a reminder to take responsibility for your life, confront challenges head-on, and project strength even when you feel weak. To apply this principle, start small. Pay attention to your posture in daily life, especially in moments of doubt or fear. Straighten your back, lift your chin, and take a deep breath. By embodying confidence, you'll begin to feel more capable, and others will respond to you with respect and trust. Over time, this simple change can help you break out of cycles of defeat and set the stage for greater success. In short, Peterson's first rule invites you to channel your inner lobster, stand up tall, claim your space, and embrace the challenges of life with strength and dignity. Chapter 2. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. When someone we love is sick, we spare no effort in ensuring they receive the care they need. We follow their doctor's advice, administer their medication on time, and provide them with emotional support. But when it comes to our own well-being, we often fall short. We neglect our health, ignore medical advice, and allow self-doubt or guilt to prevent us from prioritizing our needs. Why do we do this? Peterson argues that it stems from a lack of self-respect and a deep-seated belief that we are undeserving of care. This self-neglect is harmful, not only because it diminishes our quality of life but because it contradicts the responsibility we owe to ourselves. If we wouldn't allow someone we care about to suffer needlessly, why should we treat ourselves any differently? To implement this rule, you must begin treating yourself with the same compassion and accountability you'd show a loved one. This means acknowledging your worth and taking steps to prioritize your physical and emotional well-being. Instead of indulging in self-loathing or allowing fear to dictate your choices, act as if you are someone who matters, because you are. Peterson also stresses the importance of balance. Self-care doesn't mean indulging in every whim or avoiding discomfort. True self-care involves doing what's best for your long-term well-being, even when it's difficult. Just as a parent enforces boundaries to ensure their child's growth, you must set healthy limits for yourself, avoiding behaviors that hinder your potential. In summary, treat yourself with the respect and care you deserve. See yourself as someone worth nurturing, guiding, and protecting. By doing so, you'll cultivate the strength to face challenges and grow into your best self. Chapter 3. Surround yourself with the right people. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. This age-old adage encapsulates Peterson's third rule: choose your companions wisely. The people you spend time with have a profound influence on your thoughts, behaviors, and personal growth. Positive, supportive friendships can encourage you to reach new heights, while toxic relationships can drag you down. This is especially true when friends or colleagues exhibit negative behaviors. Research shows that when high-performing individuals are placed in groups with underperformers, the stronger members often adopt the less productive habits of their peers, rather than inspiring improvement. So, how do you identify the right people? Peterson advises looking for individuals who genuinely want the best for you, those who celebrate your successes, provide constructive feedback, and hold you accountable. True friends challenge you to grow while offering support during difficult times. They don't enable destructive habits or encourage mediocrity. However, choosing the right people also requires self-reflection. Ask yourself if you're being the kind of friend you'd want in your own life. Are you uplifting others or enabling negativity? Strengthening your relationship starts with ensuring that you're a positive influence in your social circle. This rule isn't about exclusivity or judgment. It's about protecting your energy and creating an environment where everyone can thrive. Surrounding yourself with supportive, growth-oriented people isn't just good for your happiness, it's essential for your personal development. In essence, cultivate relationships with people who inspire you to be better, and be that person for them in return. Together, you'll create a cycle of mutual growth, encouragement, and success. Chapter 4. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Comparison is a double-edged sword. While it can provide inspiration, it often leads to self-doubt, envy, and a distorted view of success. Peterson's fourth rule reminds us that the only meaningful comparison is with our past selves, not with others. In a world dominated by social media, it's easy to compare ourselves to carefully curated versions of others' lives. Seeing someone's achievements, wealth, or happiness can make us feel inadequate or unsuccessful. But this comparison is flawed. Each person has a unique journey shaped by their circumstances, goals, and challenges. Comparing yourself to someone else is like comparing apples to oranges. It's simply not fair. Instead, focus on your own progress. Ask yourself, are you better today than you were yesterday? Have you learned new skills, cultivated healthier habits, or made strides toward your goals? These incremental improvements, no matter how small, are the markers of true success. Peterson suggests keeping a personal journal to track your growth. Write down your goals and reflect on your progress regularly. This practice not only highlights your achievements but also identifies areas for improvement. By measuring success against your past self, you can stay motivated and focused on personal development. Remember, life isn't a competition with others. It's a journey of self-improvement. Celebrate your victories, learn from your failures, and embrace the path that's uniquely yours. When you compare yourself only to who you were yesterday, you free yourself from the burden of external validation and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Chapter 5. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Parenting is one of life's most profound responsibilities, and Peterson's fifth rule challenges us to approach it with intention and discipline. Children are born as blank slates, and it's the role of parents to guide them into becoming kind, responsible, and well-adjusted adults. However, this requires setting boundaries, enforcing rules, and sometimes risking their displeasure. Peterson warns against overly permissive parenting, which stems from a fear of conflict or a desire to be a child's friend rather than their authority figure. While it may seem easier to give in to a child's demands or avoid enforcing discipline, this approach often leads to entitled or unruly behavior. Over time, such behavior can strain the parent-child relationship and harm the child's social development. Instead, Peterson advocates for a balanced approach: set clear expectations, enforce them consistently, and use the least amount of force necessary. Rules should be reasonable and focused on teaching core values like respect, kindness, and self-control. Punishments, when required, should fit the situation and be delivered with fairness and empathy. This approach helps children understand the consequences of their actions and develop the emotional intelligence needed to navigate life. It also prevents resentment from building between parent and child, as children thrive when they feel secure and guided, not ignored or overly controlled. Most importantly, remember that children learn by observing their parents. Model the behavior you want to see in them. Show kindness, patience, and respect in your interactions, and they will emulate those qualities. In essence, good parenting isn't about avoiding conflict or keeping your child happy at all costs. It's about teaching them the skills and values they need to succeed in life while fostering a loving and respectful relationship. By doing so, you'll raise children who are not only likable but also equipped to contribute positively to the world. Chapter 6. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Life is filled with chaos, suffering, and injustice. It's natural to feel anger or despair at the world's unfairness and to want to point out what's wrong. However, Peterson's sixth rule teaches us to first turn inward and address our own flaws before casting judgment on others or society. Peterson draws on the wisdom of Alexander Solzhenitsyn, a Russian author who survived the horrors of a Soviet gulag. Instead of becoming bitter or blaming others for his suffering, Solzhenitsyn looked inward and took responsibility for his own shortcomings. By examining his own life, he realized that he could still contribute meaningfully to the world, despite his dire circumstances. His reflections culminated in the Gulag Archipelago, a work that exposed the cruelty of Soviet labor camps and ultimately influenced global perceptions of communism. This rule challenges us to confront the mess within our own lives. Is your home in disarray? Are your relationships strained because of unresolved conflicts? Are you neglecting your health or personal growth? These are the rooms in your metaphorical house, and if they're in chaos, how can you presume to fix the world? Begin by identifying areas of your life that need attention. Write them down, prioritize them, and take deliberate steps to address them. This doesn't mean you have to achieve perfection, no one can, but it does mean taking responsibility for your actions and striving for improvement. When you set your house in order, you gain the clarity and moral authority to engage with the world. Rather than criticizing others from a place of hypocrisy, you can offer genuine insight and lead by example. This approach not only makes you a better person but also contributes to creating a better world. Chapter 7. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Life is a constant battle between immediate gratification and long-term fulfillment. Peterson's seventh rule urges us to resist the temptation of the easy path and instead pursue actions that bring meaning and purpose to our lives. This principle draws from ancient stories of sacrifice, such as the biblical tale of Cain and Abel. Abel's sacrifices were meaningful. He offered his best to God, signifying his commitment to long-term spiritual growth. Cain, on the other hand, offered lesser sacrifices and became resentful when his offerings were not rewarded. His bitterness led to anger and violence, ultimately culminating in tragedy. The lesson here is clear. Meaningful pursuits often require sacrifice, patience, and hard work. This might mean delaying gratification to save for the future, investing time in relationships, or dedicating yourself to a challenging career that aligns with your values. Expedient choices, like indulging in fleeting pleasures or avoiding difficult tasks, may feel good in the moment, but they rarely lead to lasting happiness or fulfillment. Peterson also emphasizes that pursuing meaning doesn't mean avoiding hardship. In fact, meaningful paths often come with their own share of challenges and pain. However, the struggle itself gives life depth and significance. For example, raising a child or building a career requires immense effort and sacrifice, but the rewards, love, growth, and a sense of purpose far outweigh the costs. To apply this rule, start by reflecting on what truly matters to you. What values, goals, or relationships bring you the most fulfillment? Once you've identified them, align your daily actions with those priorities. Avoid shortcuts and resist distractions that pull you away from your purpose. In the end, choosing what is meaningful over what is expedient transforms not only your life but also the lives of those around you. By embracing sacrifice and striving for purpose, you create a legacy of value and meaning that endures far beyond fleeting moments of pleasure. Chapter 8. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Integrity is the foundation of a meaningful life, and Peterson's eighth rule emphasizes the critical importance of truthfulness. While outright lies are harmful, even subtle distortions of reality, whether through omission or self-delusion, can erode trust and lead to inner chaos. This rule is an invitation to confront the world honestly, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging. Peterson introduces the concept of life lies, which are the false narratives we tell ourselves to avoid facing harsh truths. For example, you might convince yourself that your job is fulfilling when, in reality, it's draining your energy and happiness. Such life lies create a fragile existence that can collapse under pressure. By contrast, facing uncomfortable truths allows you to confront reality and grow stronger. Telling the truth is not just about avoiding deception, it's about aligning your actions with your values. When you speak honestly, you create a life grounded in authenticity. This doesn't mean you have to share every thought or detail. Discretion is important, but it does mean resisting the temptation to manipulate others or yourself through falsehoods. An example of the transformative power of truth can be found in relationships. Imagine a couple facing difficulties. If one partner consistently hides their feelings, resentment builds, and the relationship deteriorates. But if both partners are honest about their emotions and needs, they can address issues and work toward a healthier connection. To practice this rule, start by examining areas of your life where you might be avoiding the truth. Are you pretending to be happy in a situation that's making you miserable? Are you holding back from expressing your genuine thoughts out of fear of conflict? Begin small, by being honest in one conversation or decision, and build from there. Honesty may not always be easy, but it fosters clarity, trust, and personal growth. By living in alignment with truth, you pave the way for a more authentic and fulfilling life. Chapter 9. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you don't. Good communication is essential for personal growth and meaningful relationships. Peterson's 9th rule advocates for active listening and the humility to learn from others, even when their perspectives differ from your own. This rule challenges the tendency to approach conversations as competitions, where the goal is to win by proving your point or exposing the flaws in someone else's argument. Instead, Peterson encourages us to approach discussions with curiosity and an open mind. When you listen deeply, you not only show respect for the other person but also create an opportunity to expand your own understanding. Active listening involves more than just hearing words. It requires engaging with the speaker's thoughts and emotions. Peterson suggests using a simple but effective technique. Summarize what the other person has said in your own words. This demonstrates that you're genuinely paying attention and ensures you've understood their perspective accurately. Additionally, it creates a space for dialogue rather than debate. Consider the value of this approach in resolving conflicts. Imagine a disagreement with a colleague. Instead of interrupting or dismissing their ideas, you could listen carefully, summarize their points, and then share your perspective. This method not only diffuses tension but also fosters collaboration and mutual respect. Peterson highlights the dangers of assuming you already know everything. This mindset not only limits your potential for growth but also isolates you from the rich diversity of human experience. No one has a monopoly on wisdom, and even the most unlikely individuals can teach you something valuable if you're willing to listen. To implement this rule, approach every conversation with the mindset that you might learn something new. Practice summarizing others' viewpoints, asking open-ended questions, and resisting the urge to interrupt. By doing so, you'll not only improve your communication skills but also gain a deeper appreciation for the perspectives of others. Ultimately, this rule is about embracing humility and the pursuit of knowledge. When you listen with an open heart and mind, you create the conditions for meaningful dialogue and personal growth. Chapter 10. Be precise in your speech. Language is a powerful tool that shapes our understanding of the world. Peterson's 10th rule emphasizes the importance of precision in speech, arguing that clear communication fosters order and understanding, while vagueness leads to chaos and confusion. When you articulate your thoughts precisely, you impose structure on a chaotic reality. For example, if you're dealing with a personal issue, like a conflict at work, being specific about the problem allows you to address it effectively. Saying, "I'm unhappy with how I'm being treated," is too vague to lead to resolution. But saying, "I feel undervalued when my contributions aren't acknowledged in team meetings," gives the situation clarity and a direction for improvement. Peterson argues that imprecise speech often stems from fear. We may avoid saying exactly what we mean because we're afraid of the consequences or don't want to confront uncomfortable truths. However, avoiding clarity only prolongs problems and can make them worse. Being vague allows misunderstandings to fester and unresolved issues to grow into larger conflicts. This rule applies not only to personal relationships but also to how we interact with the world. For instance, in medical diagnoses or car repairs, precise communication is essential. A mechanic or doctor who accurately describes a problem can pinpoint the solution, whereas vague descriptions lead to misdiagnoses or ineffective fixes. Peterson advises practicing precision in daily life. Start by being clear about your goals, whether in conversations, relationships, or personal development. Use language that accurately reflects your thoughts and intentions. This habit will not only improve your communication skills, but also help you navigate life's complexities with greater confidence. Precision in speech is about more than words. It's about clarity of thought, courage, and a commitment to truth. By practicing this rule, you create order from chaos and build stronger connections with those around you. Chapter 11. Do not disturb skateboarders. Peterson's 11th rule uses a seemingly lighthearted example, young skateboarders, to convey a deeper message about the value of risk, freedom, and individuality. This rule challenges societal tendencies to suppress certain behaviors, especially those perceived as dangerous or non-conforming, and argues that we should respect people's natural desire to test boundaries. Skateboarders, for example, demonstrate remarkable courage and persistence as they attempt daring tricks. Although their activities might appear reckless to outsiders, they are, in fact, refining their skills, testing their limits, and embracing risk as part of their growth. Peterson uses this example to argue that stifling such behaviors, whether by banning skateboarding or discouraging exploration, dampens human creativity and resilience. This rule is particularly relevant in today's world, where there is often a push to eliminate all forms of risk for the sake of safety. While safety is important, Peterson cautions against creating a culture that stifles growth and innovation by overly controlling human behavior. Taking risks is an essential part of personal development. It allows people to learn, adapt, and gain confidence in their abilities. The same principle applies to other areas of life, such as parenting and education. Overprotective parenting, for instance, can prevent children from developing independence and resilience. By sheltering kids from failure and risk, parents inadvertently hinder their ability to navigate life's challenges. Instead, Peterson suggests allowing people, especially young individuals, the freedom to explore and make mistakes, as these experiences are crucial for growth. Peterson also critiques the tendency to stigmatize certain behaviors or traits, such as competitiveness or assertiveness, especially in men. While these traits can be harmful when misused, they can also drive innovation, leadership, and progress when channeled positively. Rather than suppressing natural tendencies, we should focus on guiding and refining them. Ultimately, this rule reminds us to embrace the adventurous spirit inherent in human nature. By allowing people to take risks and learn from their experiences, we foster creativity, strength, and resilience. Whether it's skateboarders testing their limits or individuals challenging societal norms, freedom and exploration are vital for human flourishing. Chapter 12. Pet the cat when you encounter one on the street. Life is filled with suffering, and its challenges can often feel insurmountable. Peterson's 12th rule offers a simple yet profound remedy. Find and embrace small moments of joy, even amidst the chaos. The metaphor of petting the cat symbolizes the act of appreciating fleeting, ordinary pleasures that remind us of life's beauty. Peterson recounts his experience with his daughter's severe medical struggles. Her battle with juvenile arthritis brought relentless pain and multiple surgeries, a source of ongoing grief and uncertainty for their family. However, in the darkest of times, Peterson learned to focus on small blessings, such as moments of laughter, a meaningful conversation, or the sight of a beautiful sunset. These little joys didn't erase the suffering, but they provided respite and hope. This rule emphasizes mindfulness. Life's burdens can become so overwhelming that they dominate our perspective, leaving no room for positivity. By consciously noticing and savoring the small things, we create moments of peace amidst turmoil. Whether it's playing with a pet, enjoying a quiet walk, or sharing a meal with loved ones, these acts anchor us to the present and offer a break from despair. Peterson also advises practicing acceptance. Sometimes, we must acknowledge that life's challenges are beyond our control and avoid unnecessary suffering by resisting the urge to fight them. This doesn't mean giving up, but rather finding the strength to endure while cherishing moments of reprieve. Life will never be free of pain or chaos, but by embracing the little joys, we can create pockets of meaning and solace that make the journey worthwhile. Remember to look for those cats in your life, and take the time to pet them. Conclusion: living by the rules. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life presents a roadmap for navigating life's complexities with wisdom, resilience, and purpose. These rules aren't rigid directives. Rather, they are guiding principles designed to help you confront chaos and create order in your personal and social world. From standing tall like a lobster to savoring the simple joys of life, each rule offers insights rooted in psychology, philosophy, and human experience. At their core, these rules encourage self-awareness, accountability, and balance. By embracing these principles, you can foster personal growth, build meaningful relationships, and contribute positively to the world. Whether it's through cultivating precision in speech, embracing responsibility, or nurturing the next generation, Peterson's lessons remind us that life's meaning is found in the choices we make and the values we uphold. Life is neither fair nor easy, but it is rich with opportunities for growth and fulfillment. By following these 12 rules, you can navigate its challenges with greater clarity and resilience. So, stand tall, speak truthfully, and seek the beauty in both the small joys and the great struggles of existence. As you journey through life, remember that it's not about perfection or certainty but about striving to become a little better each day. By doing so, you can shape not only your own destiny but also the world around you for the better.